Hello guys, how you guys doing? Yeah, in this video I'll be talking about a script, a Linux script, a bash script that allows you to kind of automate updating your Linux system. Now I know that to a lot of newer Linux geeks, Linux aficionados, like you probably don't maybe update your system well enough, but this is one thing that I learned, that it actually helps a lot to update your system. Like it actually helps you really a lot when you update your system, because one of the things that it does is, I mean, of course you get newer packages. So for instance, when you do sudo apt update, it makes sure that the way you're downloading whatever you're downloading from whatever packages are up to date, that you will not be downloading old packages and things like that. But then when you run upgrade gives you the opportunity to upgrade your normal packages, but it also gives you the opportunity to upgrade your kernel. So over like the last 6 months of last year, new kernel updates were being released, and I actually saw a video on YouTube that was talking about a 1000 times increase in the speed of the kernel after some of the updates that were released. I think they also added Rust, the Rust programming language to the kernel. I don't know in what capacity they added it to the kernel, but it was also added to the kernel. So today I'm just going to be showing you a simple script that I have that runs every time I start on my computer, and then it helps me update everything on the fly. I actually just opened my computer this morning now, and then I already did that. So many times it is actually very just minimal, like there's barely anything to update and upgrade. So update and upgrade are different, and I'll explain that in a bit. But like in most cases, there usually is something to upgrade. Sorry, I think I botched that. So like in many cases, you don't have much that you want to upgrade, so like it's just a few packages, or maybe just some housekeeping stuff that happens. But like in fewer cases, you would see where you have a lot of packages being updated and then it slows down. But then that little time of slowing it down helps your computer dramatically to be faster. I've seen this because I use a very low end PC. I use a 4 GB HP, I think Pentium book or something like that. I mean, it's quite old. So one thing that helps me to keep up to date, one thing that helps me to get as much speed as I can out of the computer, is making sure that my kernel and all my packages are up to date. So I'll just show you that script now. Okay, let's just move to the desktop. Okay, on my desktop now you can see. So I'm just going to the where I saved it. So we'll just go to what's that, the root directory, and then we'll press in, and then you can see I have a startup folder here. It's not one of the Linux directories. It's my own particular Linux, my own directory that I created. Maybe not the best idea creating it there. If you're a Linux kind of guru, just let me know in the comments if that's a wise idea or not. But I don't know why I put it there actually. But then okay, so let's just move into startup. And then okay, let's just view the script. So you can see here that I have the script startup.sh. Oh, this is big enough. So startup.sh, and then I have this logo, which essentially helps me. I'll show you what it does in it. Let's just keep that as a grand reveal when I actually run the script. So let's open the script up. So I actually have a bunch of things in there. Apart from just this. So firstly, you see the shebang line, of course. If you want to make your life easier, of course, you definitely should have the shebang line. I'm not sure if bash scripts work without the shebang line, but you should definitely have it there. So on the first line, you see eye of gnomes. So EOG is just a short abbreviation on I think I can't remember if I made it myself or it came with the application. So it's just an image viewer. So it just opens up that image, that PNG image for me every time I load up my computer. And then I use tilix. I use tilix as my terminal. I believe you can use any other terminal emulator for this. You can use Terminator and various other ones that are available. But I've not really experimented with them. I use tilix, and why I have to put tilix command is because I have to enter my sudo password. If you're on a Linux distro or a computer essentially, that you don't have to use sudo when you're updating and upgrading, then you don't have to open it up. You can just do it in the background. But then that also raises the question on, is he actually carrying out the operations or not? So I think this is a good idea. So it displays the screen for me and lets me see it. Then the next line is sudo apt upgrade as well. So it opens a terminal window for me also. And then the tag Y is just Linux stuff to make sure that I don't have to press yes on every package that has to install. So the last two stuff, this and this, are not particularly your concern. They're just part of my OBS setup. So that's that. So so how do I get this script to run? So I have, let's just open it. I have an application called Stacer. You would think that, oh, Linux guy writing Linux script will probably use a cron job, right? Well, unfortunately, I'm not using a cron job. I think I tried getting it to work, but I wasn't able to get it to work then. So I have this application called Stacer. So if we just open it up, so it's like so as you see, the Linux system optimizer and monitoring. So it just does all those things that for instance, all those app cleaners on your phone will probably do. So it tells me the amount of memory I have available here. It tells me the amount of space I have left on my disk. It tells me how much my CPU is being used. This is what you get from card OSC /OSC release and things like that. But how I do it is just here in this rocket. So I just go here, this rocket, and then I can just add in a new startup app. I add the app name, which just dependent on you, app comments, which also just depends on you, and then the command, you have to put the exact part, unless the command is already a part of your path, which you really shouldn't do unless like it's very crucial. Maybe it's something that you use frequently, but in this case, this is just like a startup essential. So here's my startup essentials. I just leave the startup essential to run important things, and then I just put it. Okay, I think I remember why I put it in the root directory now. I think it was because I wanted easy access to it. I didn't want very long names. So /startup/startup.sh. So what this does is that it starts it up every time I open up my computer. So every time I log into my computer, it starts up that process and then it runs it. So now for the grand reveal, let's actually run this. Okay, before we do the grand reveal, let me show you that YouTube video, and I think I would also link it in the description box. So let's just do Linux 1000 times increase kernel. Okay, so you can see it here. This Linux device driver just saw a 1000 times improvement. So I mean, if you are not increasing if you are not updating your kernel, it's just going to be a problem. I can't actually remember the exact thing, but maybe I'll read it more and do a video on it or something like that. But yeah, that's just that. So let's just go back to this and actually now run the script. So running the script is just it's not more than startup.startup.sh and then grand reveal now. Okay, so now we're just going to, so the first thing, you can see the image that I was talking about. Let me increase it. Okay, so it's just like a scripture that my spiritual father gave me before I left Nigeria, and then it was just the soul of the sluggard desireth and act nothing, but the soul of the diligent shall be made fat, in Proverbs 13:4. So it was just an instruction to me to work hard, that if I don't work hard, I won't really get anything. So just be diligent. So that shows up every day and I see it. Of course, sometimes I forget to read it, especially when I'm in a hurry, but many times I do read it and I do already know it in my head. So yeah. Then so next step. So now it loads up the first one. So this is the first screen. It's saying I should update my system. So I actually already did this morning, so I don't expect that this will take long. Oh, sorry, this was upgrade. So normally it displays update first, and it displays each screen separately. The sudo process is going to be held up because the other one is using. So this is update. So it's just pulling down all those updates. So usually I will do updates before I do upgrades, because I want to get new sources. So they're like new repositories where all these my applications are stored, all new applications, everything that the developers have shipped and stuff like that. Of course, you should also always be careful of getting the kind of bleeding edge commits, like the very, very new things. You should just get from the stable directory, but you can edit your apt sources list and make sure that you only have, because like developers, if you're a developer at all, which I guess you might be if you're using Linux or anything like that, we have like repositories, one where maybe like alpha changes are being pushed, like the most recent changes, but then you have like the stable repositories. So essentially both of these run. So I would run that first, and then I will run the upgrade. This is the upgrade. I would run it. So actually they come one by one and not both at the same time. And so once I'm done with that, you can see these numbers here. These numbers are just actually related to the last 2 lines in the script that dealt with like how I'm handling my audio in my OBS. So essentially that's the script. So this makes sure that I'm always up to date. So you can write a script like this, have it run and start up to update your kernel, to update so many things, but then it can also do so many more things for you. You can use it to maybe quickly load up your workspace instead of having to load VS Code, load browser, load Postman, load every single thing. You can just put them all in a script once they are on your path, or load them exactly from where they are, and then just load them up, and then everything is loaded up within like a minute 30 seconds, depending on how fast your computer is. But like I believe if your computer is even faster, within 15 to 13 seconds everything should be loaded up. So that's the video today, guys. I hope you had an amazing time. I hope you learned something. Thank you very much for watching.